Hi. So I'm here with my bookshelf. I want to reorganize my shelves, but I also want to have a bit of a rant about how hard it is to be a reader. I am literally, I'm up to here. I'm up to here with what I've been thinking and what's going on, what I've been hearing. You know what? Working at a bookstore, I've learned some stuff on people and how they think about books and what people should be reading, what people shouldn't be reading. So I've decided we're gonna talk about this while I organize my shelves and love what I read. Okay, let's enjoy this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is that people for some reason have a problem with either reading fiction or nonfiction. That is the first thing that pisses me off. Don't get me wrong, I understand the importance of nonfiction, but are you telling me that it's not even enough for me to even read to begin with, but the fact that I'm reading fiction displeases you? I mean, really, here I am enjoying my fiction. As you can see, this Brandon Sanderson book, Warbreaker, which I love so much. I read it after my surgery and I loved it so much. I tabbed it up and I enjoyed it so much. Are you telling me it's not enough that I'm already reading and now you have to bash me over and say, yeah, but what about nonfiction? What about poetry? What about? And I can't. I'm literally annoyed. I look like I'm happy right now and like smiling, but I think that's just how I cope. That is signs of mental health issues. I'm annoyed. I really am just annoyed because I feel that it's totally fine to read whatever you want as long as you're reading. You know, the task of reading itself is already hard. You know, it's already hard to get into reading. To be honest, reading gets a little boring. It does. It gets boring sometimes. I mean, sometimes I find myself pushing through something like this. Oh, goodness, did I ruin my book? Pushing through something like this and saying, you know what? Yeah, look, I've done it. I finished that book and I love the series. Wow, this was amazing. And then someone has the audacity to say, but like, there are better things to be reading. No. As long as I'm enjoying my book, tell me. Try me, girl. Try me right now and tell me that I'm not reading what's supposed to be good for me. This is good for me, and reading is my escapism. So if I happen to enjoy fantasy or enjoy fiction or maybe, or the occasional romance book, leave me alone. Getting like palpitations. I'm getting sweaty. It's a bit cold on my side today. So in my city, it's a bit cold. So yeah, I'm cold and I'm upset. So I'm thinking this is just a shelf dedicated to all the books I love because it's the easiest for me to reach. I like this shelf the most because I just feel like it's the compartments functional, and I like this little like window thing. I'm like, ooh, book there, really? Ooh. Here are my Dresden File books. Love. I don't have the third one yet, but I did get the fourth one. I don't know why they sent me the fourth one without my third one. I have to wait to read the third one, but I finished these two. I love them so much. Stormfront's the first one. Freaking loved it. Then it's Full Moon, and then it's Grave Peril. Then it gets to Summer Night, and I'm excited. Like, woo! Love the Dresden Files. We love him. We love everything. I want my books to be seen. Okay? I love them, and I'm not ashamed of what I've read. So up here, wait, can you see this? Wait, hold on. Oh, I actually accidentally stopped recording, which sucks, but we're back now. Yeah, I think we can see you can see everything, right? You know what, you can see enough as long as I really hope this thing is not gonna fall. Lean on me, meow meow meow. You better not fall, man. Like, I don't know what I'd do if this thing fell. Ooh, classic fantasy here. The Magician, it was the biggest book I had read at the time. And I think it still is one of the biggest books I've ever read. I think so. I'm not sure. But this book was fantastic. I mean, I pushed myself. I told myself I'm going to read a classic fantasy book and I want to really delve deep into the world. And I read this and I tell you what, I loved it. I loved every single bit of it. I think at this point I was actually tired of YA. So I decided that I need to read something different, and Pug and Thomas. So I was kind of like, you know what, let me get a shift, let me get a change, and this was exactly what I needed at the time. This is definitely staying in my favorites. Raymond E. Feist, love you. Another one that I really loved was the Six of Crows duology. I loved this. I loved it a lot. I did not read the Grisha trilogy thing because I have no interest. I mean, I love her writing to an extent, but I don't think I care for another Katniss Everdeen right now because I love the characters, the story, the heist, the intelligence of the characters. Woo! Woo! Yes, definitely on my favorites. I'm thinking of putting one of my favorite underrated series up here as well. This is the Spellslinger series. I love this series. This is what YA, in my opinion, in my subjective opinion, this is one of the best YA stories ever. It's a series, right? It has 6 books so far, or that is, I think the last one is 6 books. I think that's it, right? 6 books. And it's amazing. I mean, I read it on a whim. I was like, I just need something that BookTube isn't talking about. And I found it and I tabbed it like no other. One day I'll do like a how I annotate books type of video. But this was amazing. I mean, already the cover. Sebastian Decker still liked the picture on Instagram that I posted of his book, and that just even raised my love for this series. So this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. Damn, it was amazing. I mean, really, it's about this boy, main character in a YA fantasy, who's a boy, by the way. And he is having struggles, like no one likes him around, and he's like trying to be a mage, and there's like a school kind of sorta, not a school, not like Harry Potter vibes. Don't get it twisted. Like it's just what everyone has to go through, like a rite of passage growing up. Like you have to show that you can do the magic thing, and their magic it shows on bands. It's kind of elemental magic, and he is not cracking it at all. And I can relate, like school hitting you hard, boy. I know what it feels like. So him was just so refreshing because I related to him so much. And then there's Farius Parfax, this lady right here. But once you start getting further and further, the world expands and it feels so real. And this kind of like Western feel comes from Farius Parfax. She gives it and she's just giving it, and it's okay, I'm liking this. This is looking real nice. Okay, let's start with the books I haven't read yet. Shelf. The Shelf of Shame. Oh, this is my DC comic. I love this. It has all their greatest like triumphs. I'll show you the cover because it's damn fine. I mean, do you see this? Do you see her? Twins. I hope this is recording because if it's not, I think I'm gonna choke myself. Oh, another book I really loved was The Night Circus. I actually got the book The Starless Sea, and you know what? I really liked this story. It was not something I was used to. It was such a slow burn. It was a slow burn not only for characters getting together, but slow burn for plot. It was a slow burn for me knowing what the heck is going on in the story personally. I mean, a friend of mine read the book. He read the book, a friend of mine, and he was like, oh, you should have read between the lines. But I'm like, look, bro, I wasn't expecting that type of story. If I knew this was the type of story where I needed my pen, pencil, and my markers, I would have, done the thing. But I went into it hoping for like a once-off, one-and-done story, quick, fun stuff, which I did not get. It was more so heavy and really made me think, and I didn't want that at the time. So it's like a complicated favorite book. It's nice though. I loved it though. That's why I got the second book that the author has ever written, and it's called The Starless Sea. So obviously I care. My Funko Pops, I went to Comic-Con in Joburg this year, and not this year. Oh, shoot. I went to Comic-Con in 2019 and I got this little Funko Pop right here. It's Prince Ali Fabulously. I twerk right now, but then like I got another one. Oh, here he is. Yeah, I got Aladdin. And what's cute about him is that he has this little bread. Remember, all this for a loaf of bread. So cute, so cute. As you can see, I have Sarah J. Maas books here. Do I still enjoy Sarah J. Maas books? Do I love Sarah J. Maas books? Do I hate Sarah J. Maas books? It's complicated. That's why I haven't read these, because I've been having a bit of a complication with how I feel about these books. And believe me, these will be read. I paid too much dang money to not read these. How much was it actually? I think the price tag might be here. Yeah, I paid 150 Rand for this one. Okay, this was actually a bargain because I got it at Reader's Warehouse and it's much cheaper there all the time. But it's complicated. I'll get to it though. And the covers are pretty. Like, how could I not give it a chance? Five roses will never fail me, ever. Books and teeth. That's what I need to focus on. Oh yeah, I got, if you watched my previous video, I recently got signed copies of Vicious and Vengeful. My goodness, I'm excited. I can't wait to read these. Like, Way of Kings Part 2, read Part 1, then I got into Part 2 a bit, then I stopped at page 101. Oh, not even 100 and something, at page 71. This book feels a bit shorter, to be honest, but yeah, I'll get to it. I love it. I love it a lot. I'm just like, I don't know why it's taking me so long to get into it. I think it's because mentally, I know that the fourth book is going to come out at the end of the year, so I don't want to run through Words of Radiance or Oathbringer, and then fourth book, and then have to wait another few years for the next one. Not my role. I'm so sorry if like the sound gets a bit weird with the aircon on, but I'm feeling hot. I know the logical thing to do is take off my shirt, but I'm comfortable now. Continuing on this train of books that I have not finished, I have this Terry Brooks's book, my first Terry Brooks book, and it's The High Druid's Blade. I thought I would try him, and I'd try him with a short new series, quite small for the first book, and I was shocked for a fantasy book. It's literally like 200 pages. Like, how many? Oh, it's 306 pages, so that's fantastic. I don't need too much right now. Oh, I don't know if you saw this, but I have another Jim Butcher series here, the Cinder series. No, the Cinder Spires series. It's the first book. What's it? The Aeronauts Windless? I can't wait. I can't wait. And it's so big and so... and it's orange. It's orange inside. How could I not? A DNF. I DNF'd this a year ago. It's Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I loved Uprooted. I actually have it here. But I don't know why Spinning Silver was so hard for me. I mean, I got into it, but I didn't like it. I'm just waiting for that Naomi Novik amazingness that comes at the end, because Uprooted started like that for me. I was like, what are we doing? Then like as I went further, I realized that this book is awesome, so I'm just waiting for the awesome part. But now look how much is left. Is it really gonna get awesome at this point? I'm waiting, but I'm gonna put it on like to be read, because I do want to finish it. More unread books. All right, this one is one I'm actually currently reading, so this is gonna go down here. This is what I'm getting to after I finish that book, but that book's gonna finish today, honestly. Like, that book is, the print is quite large and it's quite small. I'm gonna jump into this probably tomorrow, which is awesome. So I'm gonna keep this here because it's like gonna be picked out of my shelf anyway. Then after I read that, I have The Alchemist, and then I have the Steel Crow Saga, which I'm very excited for because no one talks about this book, and I want to be, I'm not like other girls. I'm so kidding. That phrase makes me want to throw up gas. Yeah, I don't even care if it's not like straight or whatever. I just want my books to be in order of when I'm gonna read them, because that makes me feel good. I DNF'd it. I know, The Gentle Bastard sequence, the first book, The Lies of Locke, Lamora. Believe me, I did not intend to DNF this book. I want to finish it, and I want to read the series. But somehow, at one of the most exciting parts of the book, the like twisty parts, I stopped reading. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened, but believe me, I want to get back into this, and I will, and it's on my list. I'm liking this shelf, kind of, sort of. Well, let's see what I can do with this. Ooh, what's also here is the first book I ever read, which was Red Queen. This is the book that got me into reading. It looks disgusting because I borrowed it to a friend, foolishly, as a young reader, and he had it in his backpack, and it was raining, and he got my book destroyed. I was heartbroken when that happened. I mean, it does look like worse for wear. It kind of adds character to the book, I won't lie. I kind of like it, but at the time I was so angry because I had treasured that book so much, because I finally started doing what I've always wanted to do, which is reading. Like, I've always wanted to read. Like, in the back of my head, I used to say I hate reading, but in the back of my head I was thinking, you know, I want to be a reader. Now I am, and that's because I read this book and I loved it. I mean, I don't read Victoria Aveyard anymore. I don't know if I will finish the series, but this definitely is one of the most important books I've ever had in my life, because it got me into doing all this. I think I actually might reread it sometime, because there are still parts of this book that captivate me. Yeah, this is a special one. Another thing I want to rant about is how, like, you know, when you watch a booktuber and you see their bookshelf, and then you see, oh, for example, Red Queen, they're like, someone will think, oh, this person has bad taste. No. You don't understand. This shelf holds so much of me that you would never understand. And if you think a book is bad, that's your problem, because obviously I love and treasure this book, and for reasons. And I also don't like the series. It's complicated. So when you see a book that you don't like on someone's shelf, please don't assume, because each book has a story intrinsic to that person. Alright, I like how this looks. This is cute. She cute. As Dara would say, this was bloody damn wonderful. I love talking like characters. It makes me so happy. Hate. Did I mention hate? But I have the second book now. I'll get to it eventually because I do want to give it a chance. It is honestly just the angstiest series I've ever read in my entire life. Like, this was a journey, and I read it in one day. I just needed something quick and easy, and you know what? Dramatic, and that's what it gave me. So I treasure it and also hate at the same time. I'm gonna put you right here next to Sarah J. Maas. That's fitting. The Little Prince, I have the hardback, and I mean, let me just show you the illustrations of this right here. Like, look at that. I mean, what? Oh, I love this. I love the story. I love what it was conveying, the meaning. The book I used to cheat on an English test thing, because I watched the movie and she wanted us to write about a book that we read, so I cheated and I did this instead. We've all done something bad in our lives, honestly. One of my true loves, one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life, unexpected, my dad got it for me. My dad was like, read this, and I was like, okay. And at first I was like, Dad, I wanted a fantasy book, but then he was like, read it. And I loved it. This is a #1 for me, and it came at the right time. Wonderful read. I have my Percy Jackson series here, box set. Very much a must read. Oh, for the kids. Like, I did not read when I was younger, so I was like, I want to read a middle grade book just to, you know, give little Joella some love. So I got it, I read, and I enjoyed. Yeah. So this is my Disney villains series. I have The Fairest of All, which is my favorite, one of my favorite books of all time. I have The Beast Within, love this story. And Poor Unfortunate Soul, very nice. And then I also have the Disney Twisted Tale book, A Whole New World, because I love Aladdin, obviously. I mean, it's like, what if Aladdin had never found the lamp? Story. Yes. I have a Virginia Woolf book here. Dracula, because I love the Three Musketeers. I only read classics that I actually have interest in. I'm not going to read, for example, Jane Eyre, if I don't care. I will read Dracula because I've always loved vampire movies that revolve around Dracula. Not that Twilight nonsense, absolutely not. Twilight was not for me, and I apologize if you love it. This is not an offense to you. This is just me saying I don't like it, and that's not my type of vampire book. Also, one of my all-time favorites. I want to read the whole series in this edition, of course, because I want them all to look the same. This is a favorite. I've always loved the story of Tarzan, and this was amazing. And I watched the movie, that Warner Brothers movie, after I read this, and it all made sense to me. That's why I love the film. But other people didn't like the film, but I think if someone has context, they'll love it more. But you know, book always better than the movie. But in that case, the movie really pulled through for me. I also have a hardback of the Grimm Fairy Tales books. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna read this eventually, but like not right now. This is something that I got because the opportunity arose, and I don't know when the next time I'll find this in this nice edition like this. So I was like, I need to get it. A beginner's guide to losing your mind. Fitting. The Comeback, Christian as well, and Life is Dash 40-Day Experience. It's like a devotional journey book, and I really want to get into this as soon as possible, so definitely I'm going to be picking these up soon. I loved this. The Hate You Give was an important, very much important book. I'm going to put her face up because she deserves it. I'm so retro. I just found one of my cassettes. My parents used to videotape my whole life, so this has from when I was born until I was 11 or 10. I can't really remember, but it's like old school cassette player. Like, this is what life was before we had these smartphones, Google Photos, Apple stuff. Then I think this bottom will be my handbag display because I love displaying my handbags. I just think it adds character to my bookshelf. we're done. We've done it, and this is awesome. I really like this. This is c'est magnifique. Remote. We are within the bookshelf. My goodness, this is gorgeous. I'm happy. Okay, grand. This is great. Okay, I'm so happy that you were with me throughout this video. I hope you had fun, because I think I did. This fell from being a rant to more like just having a good time and chatting with someone, which is the whole point of booktube. But I don't want to have a lecture session right now, but this was nice for me. I hope it was good for you. Let's chat in the comments. I don't know if you can relate to anything that I've said in this video. Honestly, like, this video changed meaning 3 times or something. My teaspoon and mug, we say good afternoon. I think it's afternoon now. No, it's still morning. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and talk to me about your bookshelves. Let's talk about how important bookshelves are, because they're beautiful. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know what you think of bookshelves. Do you think it's more consumerism based? Do you think it's more like people are showing off? Because for me personally, I feel like most people feel like this. It's just, I have a bookshelf because it's where I put the memories of my reading journey. That's what it is to me. So yeah, fun stuff. Chat soon. Have a good day. All right. You're still here. Please leave. Bye. See you next time. He said, "Oh, it's The Alchemist." Am I in it? Yes. So, what do you think of my? What do you think? I like this one better, because now you actually have order. Oh. I'm going to take. Excuse me. You're gonna take what? I'm going to take this book. Helium. And this one. Ijo. And I'm gonna read them. I don't want to read. I'll read The Alchemist like way later. And taking my books. Yes, ma'am.